Hi all, welcome to Salesforce in 5 minutes. In this video, we are going to understand what are batch classes in Salesforce and what is a real-time example of a batch class in Salesforce and what are the different types of the batch classes in Salesforce in a small overview. So basically, let's say you have a very large amount of data. In such cases, if you want to process the data, if you want to send an email or if you want to process the data, basically if you have to process the data, in such cases we have to use batch classes as it's a very large amount of the data. So triggers have some limitations. Every class, every data loader has some kind of limitations. Workbench have some kind of limitations. So in order to process some kind of data or to do something, so in this cases we usually use batch classes in Salesforce. So one of the most prime example of batch classes in Salesforce I can think is, let's consider Airtel or a Jio company. If they are using Salesforce, so suppose you are using Airtel SIM card and you made a recharge on 2nd March. You made a recharge on 2nd March and now on 2nd of April you have to again recharge because it's a monthly package. Let us consider it is a monthly package. So you have to pay your charges monthly. So basically if you have recharged on 2nd March, you have to again recharge your card on 2nd of April. But if you have ever checked that, so what happens is the Geo or the customer or the Geo messages start coming up like from the 1st April or even on the 30th of March you start receiving an SMS that okay, your balance is going to finish in 3 days, 2 days, 1 days or everything like that. So it keeps on reminding you again and again that your balance is going to finish. So now if you think properly, not a single person will keep on sending you SMS. That would be too much of a work. So not a single person will check, okay, was this person's the balance is going to complete like finish, so we have to send a message to it. So no one is going to sit and do that every day or every hour. So in that cases we can run a batch class. So what batch class will do is it will check every day, okay, on 2nd March whose balance is going to finish, who on 3rd March whose balance is going to finish, on 4th March whose balance is going to finish. So before that 4 days it starts sending an SMSs to them or start sending an emails to them. So this is how actually the batch classes it's a real-time example and it's a prime example of where we can use batch classes. So to send an SMS, to send an emails, we can use batch classes in Salesforce, or to process and records we can also use the batch classes in Salesforce. So the different types of the batch classes are database.batchable. These are the interfaces that we use in the batch classes. Database.batchable, database.schedulable, database.allow callouts, stateful batch epics. So these are the different types of the interfaces that are used in batch classes in Salesforce. So now database.batchable. This has start, execute, and finish method. So inside the start method, you basically query the records. Inside the execute, you process the record. So let's say you have to update a field or if you have to do something. So in that cases, we can do that in execute, and inside the finish method, we usually send an email or messages. Now system.schedulable. The system.schedulable, let's say you have to check, we have to run a particular code or if you have to run a particular logic every day. So let's say you have to check, okay, this person has filled up the like this person has paid the money for the internet allowance or anything like that, and if they have not paid the money, send them emails. Now to do this we have to check every day. Now if you want to execute a class or a logic every day or every hour or every minute, we can use system.schedulable. So what it will do is it will start executing a particular piece of code again and again every day based on the criterion value we provide. So the next one is database.allow callouts. Whenever we have to do callouts to external services, in such cases we use database.allow callouts. Stateful batch epics, whenever we have to pass a value from a batch epics during the transaction, we use stateful batch epics. So these are the different types of the methods or different types of the interfaces that have been provided by the batch classes in Salesforce. In the next video, we will understand thoroughly using logic how can we use these interfaces in our requirements. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel.